Hey everybody, welcome back to Dad Does Videos. Today we are going to refill the water in our battery backup sump pump system. It's a Pro Series 1730, as you can see here. We do this every 6 months to make sure the water is completely full and the backup system is fully charged if there's an event where the power goes out and you need your backup system to come on. First step, remove the power because you're going to be working with this thing, and then we're just going to pull this out a little bit just to make a little bit more space for us when we get in there. So after we took the power out, you can see that the little red light is on, and that's letting us know that it's not receiving power. Always good to know. And as you could hear, the beep going on too, so it's doing what it's supposed to do right now, telling us, hey, there's a problem down here, which is fine and dandy just because all we're doing is refilling the water. So what you'll want to do next, if you have the same exact thing that I do, there's a little tab down here, and you just have to pop that so that this front part just kind of opens up. And what you'll see next is me just kind of putting this whole unit backwards so I can get into the actual pump itself, or the battery itself. Okay, so we have the top off, and I failed to mention that just like on the front where there's a tab, there's also one on the back. So you're gonna wanna pop that off too. You can see the cover is right here, and you can see all these wires in here. So what you wanna do is the one that has the red wire going towards it, you're gonna wanna take that off first. So just twist this counterclockwise, remove it, and do the same thing for the other side after that. And just remember where these go. You don't want to, you want to hook up this back to this one and the other one back to the other one, or else your system won't work. The other thing to pay attention to here, there is another wire going into my yellow top here. That's the actual, I could even take it out. That's what actually tells you if your water level is low. So your system will tell you that. But for the purposes here, we just want to remove this to get out of the way because we're going to have to refill that with water anyway. Okay, so once you've got all your wires disconnected, you can see here that we are about ready to refill all the holes for our basement Watchdog battery. And the way that you do that, for each of these little tops, there are 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. Unscrew all of them. You should see some water in them. If not, that means you just haven't done a good job of maintaining your battery and refilling it along the way. So we're going to take all those off, and then I'm going to show you how to refill those using kind of a special tool, I guess. Okay, so we have all the caps off, and you probably can't tell that well just because it's dark and it's, you know, we're in the basement, but you can see some reflections of the water in there. And they look like they typically do. I typically do this every 6 months or so, and there's water in there, but they all need refilled. So what we're gonna do next is grab our distilled water. And if you've never, here's our distilled water. It's from a local store, a big chain. Make sure to get distilled water. That's what the instructions tell you. And we are going to use this. It should have come with your battery backup system. If not, you can just go purchase one, or probably just go to the website that you could see on here and grab one. But you pour your water in, and you take the cap off that you could see at the top of the screen here, and you pour your water in, and you just press this down on each of the holes. I'm not going to do it because I need to fill mine, but you press this down and it automatically fills up to the right water level for each of the holes. It's kind of a neat tool that makes sure you don't underfill or overfill each of your compartments. Okay, so we filled up all 6 compartments full of distilled water. Again, I know the visual quality isn't great, but hopefully you can tell the water levels are up. We are going to put the caps on all those, and remember, the one over here is the one the water level identifier was in, so we'll put that yellow cap back on here just to remind us to put that that pin in there so that our backup system can report the water level the right way. Okay, as you can see, we have all our caps back on, and we've got the water level pin back in the appropriate spot as well. So we're just going to work backwards now. We're going to reconnect the black wire over to this spot and reconnect the red wire over to here. You'll start to hear the beeping again after that, letting us know that, hey, your unit's not receiving any power. Okay, so we've got all our wires reconnected here. Black over to here, red over to here. You just heard a beep, so that's telling us things are connected the right way. What we're going to do right now is just put the lid back on, making sure the tab in the back and the tab in the front go in the appropriate spots. And then we are going to plug in our power, and we should be good to go. Okay, so that's a wrap. We've got our lid back on, the green indicator button on the bottom right here that says system operating is fine. No surprise, the charging light is on. We have no problem indicator lights popping up here, so that looks to be functioning correctly. If we look up here, our indicator on the wall has the right indicator light blinking, saying the system is operating just perfectly fine. So that's a wrap. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like.